Silly season is starting to fire up yet again. Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you are all doing well today, man. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the nearly daily series right here on Football Therapy, where I go across football, news, media, see what's being said about the beautiful Blues, consolidating it into one package for you, giving you my opinion, but more importantly, asking for yours. And yeah, man, like I said, silly season is in full effect. Big name is being banded around, the tabloids, the rags, starting to make sweeping statements and headlines, and we're going to go through two stories today. Two defenders, that's right, the David Alaba story is heating up again as Chelsea are reportedly one of four clubs that could be getting the superb Austrian defender on a free transfer, ding 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 ding, and a £54 million rated defender called Sebastian Walukiewicz. From Cagliari, a really highly rated young centre-half. Apparently Chelsea are looking at him. Apparently a lot of people are looking at him. I don't know much about him, but I'm pretty much just going to tell you what the headline's saying. Boys and girls, strap yourselves in, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about the defence, talk about what could happen in the transfer window. We're in December already. Actually, we're quite far into December. Mate, the transfer window is very close, and don't be surprised if more and more stories now start erupting, and you need to keep it locked to Football Therapy to get your daily Chelsea news to find out what's going on, so do consider subscribing if you're new. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can get to 3,000 likes. It helps out the channel a lot. If you want to help me out, that would be very kind of you. Please do drop a like. Alright, thanks for that, friends. Let's get into the first story. Alright then, so it makes sense I talk about this Sebastian centre-half from Cagliari. Let me say his name again just to sort of hammer it home. Sebastian Walukiewicz. I'm gonna go with that. Football.London had this to say. According to Corriere dello Sport via The Sun, Sebastian is the subject of interest from Manchester United and Liverpool, as well as the Blues, after a series of excellent performances in Serie A. Still only 20, the Polish defender broke into the side in the closing stages of last season after switching from Pogoń Szczecin. I didn't say that right, and it's almost certainly a Polish side. Chelsea could view the youngster as a long-term replacement for Thiago Silva, who arrived as a free transfer in the summer. The 35-year-old has been excellent so far this season, but a long-term solution in that position is required. Now, apparently this youngster has recently signed a new deal, and the club knows that Europe is looking at him. He's only 20 years old, and apparently he's really impressed. So, £54 million is a figure that's being banded around in the headlines. I mean, that's what you do when you're a relatively, notable European club. They say, look, we just signed a new deal, you all want him, let's throw a big figure out there. Now, obviously this series Chelsea News is just me telling you what the headlines is and reacting to it, and obviously I haven't looked at this player. Honesty is the best policy, but he only just broke in to the side at the end of last season, and I don't watch enough of Serie A to watch the lesser high-profile games we play. You know what I mean? But still, I'm reacting to the headlines, and I'll of course keep an eye on this story. If it develops, we'll look a little bit closer, and I'll talk about it a little bit more. Alright then, let's move on to the next story of today, which of course is David Alaba. Woo! Now, we've spoken about David Alaba before. He's a player in his prime. He's still only like 27, 28, I think. He's been around for so long that everyone assumes he's older. He's won pretty much everything with Bayern Munich. He's such a versatile and excellent footballer. He's played left back, centre back. I think they've played him as like a midfielder or a number 10 almost for Austria, because they want his quality just further up the pitch to influence the game. Obviously recently he's playing more centre half since Alphonso Davies came into Bayern Munich, but he's been moved out to the left and centre half, different positions. Of course he can play CDM quite comfortably as well, and we know Frank Lampard loves a versatile footballer, because if you watch Chelsea play, they're constantly moving around and filling in for each other when they're in possession. So this is something David Alaba would be perfect for in Frank Lampard's Chelsea side. Now apparently there are 4 teams that are seriously in for David Alaba. Chelsea are acquainted to his agent Pini Zahavi, and they've probably already made contact regarding the potential of free transfer transfer of David Alaba. Reportedly, Chelsea are one of a quartet of teams that are interested in Alaba, and that is of course Chelsea Football Club, Real Madrid, Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain. A lot of the usual suspects there, but no other Premier League teams other than Chelsea Football Club, which is really interesting. Now, when it comes to a reported Thiago Silva long-term replacement, David Alaba, for me, seems much more alluring than a £54 million young defender who's just emerged onto the scene. David Alaba is a Rolls Royce of a defender, and not only could he play centre-half, he could fill in for Ben Chilwell at left-back at a high level. No disrespect to Emerson Palmieri, and of course Marcus Alonso has been frozen out. We don't really have high quality to replace Ben Chilwell if he's out. Of course Azpilicueta can do a job, but not quite to the quality of David Alaba in that position. So he would seem perfect, right? Well, another headline that has surfaced around football media is he would command a very high wage. Now this makes sense, seeing as he would be on a free transfer and he's in his prime and he's a top tier footballer defender. He would be the highest paid player at Chelsea Football Club, has, if he makes the transfer, 350k a week, which would be Chelsea's highest paid player, but like I said, free transfer kind of makes sense. It's funny when you think about it and look at it. Thiago Silva, I think, is on about 100k. He's getting paid less than half than he was at Paris Saint-Germain. You can kind of understand it for his age, but you know, he took a massive cut to come and prove himself in the Premier League. I just wanted to go on a tangent and say that. But you'd understand if a 4-year deal for David Alaba, if you think about the amortization of the cost of the player, to use a big word there, 350k a week on a free transfer would still make him a lot cheaper than signing him for a transfer fee and paying him, I don't know, 100k, 200k, whatever the norm is for a good defender. So it's something to keep an eye on. Of course, January next month, he can start talking to other clubs. A lot of people speculated that January he'd push for a move or Bayern would try and sell him to get some value from him, but I think by all accounts he'd want to go on a free transfer just 6 months after and see if he can do anything else with Bayern Munich in what is an incredibly good side at the moment. Who knows, maybe win the Champions League again, certainly win another Bundesliga, you'd imagine. So he could go on a free transfer, but like I said, next month he can start negotiating with other clubs, and that one of those clubs will almost certainly be Chelsea Football Club. And if Marina Granovskaya is involved in negotiations, Chelsea fans and Frank Lampard and Roman Abramovich can all feel relatively safe, because she's probably the best negotiator in world football. So, what do you guys think? Would you be really keen to get David Alaba? I think all Chelsea fans would be incredibly excited at this prospect, because he's a born and bred winner. He's only, like Thiago Silva, all he knows is winning. Versatile, he's what we need. It could be a long-term solution. Granted, a lot of Chelsea fans would be like, look, we've got so many young and up-and-coming centre-halves, Xavi, Mbiamba, Gurhi. There are loads of others. Tomorrow would probably go out on loan, but what if he has a great loan and comes back and wants to fight? I get it, but still, maybe Chelsea sell Christensen, maybe Chelsea sell Rudiger. You're still going to need 4 decent centre-halves, and Zouma might not be safe as the starting centre-half if one of these other defenders come in and partner Alaba because they've done well elsewhere. It's all up for grabs, do you see what I mean? So, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I want to hear it. Please do drop a like if you want to see more daily Chelsea news videos with updates on these transfer stories. And that's it from me, guys, so enjoy the football, and I will see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.